What do you think, boss? Yeah, I already know, I know. What's up, Chico's doing very good. Oh, yes. I understand. A lot. Guys, the boss tells us that obviously she sees that even though we tell you and make tutorials about not installing shady distributions, yeah, a lot of people are still doing it. But what are we going to do? Today we have a complete solution that you're going to love. We're going to teach you how to, thanks to the boss lady and her good friend, the boss's mentor, the good friend Chico's Tutu. Yes, you'll be able to have a late version of Windows in the palm of your hand, and the best part is you don't have to take any risks. Windows. You can do it with the default Windows you have. Right? Boss. Thank you, boss, for such beautiful wisdom. Join us. Don't take your eyes off your monitor, because we're starting this iconic tutorial video that has been a hallmark here at Ovidron for years. How to optimize and boost your Windows computer by up to 300%. And now, with the help of two greats, the boss and Christus. Let's get started. Let's start with something iconic. I'm going to open this tool for you that will change your life. This tool, obviously to get it, I'm going to tell you that you should please stay until the end of this entire tutorial video so you can right-click. I'm going to run it with administrator privileges, yes. And I'm going to tell it yes. Alright, let me show you this tool. If you have the Windows operating system installed, you'll be able to enhance an official Windows. There's no need to know code, no need to know scripting, or how obviously certain things are optimized if you don't know anything about this. He's giving you a tool directly where you're going to select what you want to install, how you want to install it. What software do you need this for, this whole list? Even look here, for gamers there's a whole bunch of tools and utilities that can boost your gamer life, or you can give your system another type of utilities directly without compromising it, without taking any risks, and without reinstalling that darn Windows game. Okay? Or here, in its second tab, where I like this essence, where you'll be able to create a restore point, where you'll be able to eliminate telemetry, where you'll be able to deactivate many of the functions in our Windows, for example, unfortunately are already wrong. Okay? For example, here on my end, regarding what PowerShell is, here I can tell it to disable the telemetry from PowerShell. Send. And also after I integrate it directly, if we have an old PowerShell from back in the day, version 5, set it to level 7 for me. Just a click away. And other settings that we have here by default. It's that simple. You just select and you click down here where it says run. Whatever you have selected, it's over. Okay? But let's take it a step further. Let's do something what they don't tell us. Those who create customized ISOs. For example, I am one of those who creates tools, or in this case, customized ISOs. Right now, the new project from the Google community is called Innovate, and it's what we've obviously proposed, but we said enough is enough. Why, don't we make it available to everyone? How to create your own customized Windows. Customized and without risking the stability of the system. You're going to find out a lot of things here. Let's go straight to one here. Here, this little thing that's going to be your gem, it's going to make your day. It's called Microsoft Windows. Let's evolve, guys. Let's not call it Windows Lite or customized Windows or custom Windows anymore. Let's call it Micro Win. The Micro Win that everyone would want. The customized Windows that everyone would desire. That's right. And look, it's super simple. What we're going to do is directly... the white burns your eyes. You can also set it to dark mode here. It comes out in dark mode, so it's more stylish, more beautiful. That way it doesn't get in the way of everyone. And we will create the ISO. This is the beginning of it all. Here it says to directly download the ISO of Windows 11 or Windows 10. This also applies to Windows 10, not just to 11. So, right here it tells you to download directly from official forums. Microsoft, what are official forums? Not stuff, tricks from other influencers that send you to their page or some forum, no. Directly from the official Microsoft page. Here I'm going to tell it to open directly with Microsoft Edge. Okay? I'm going to say it just once. And we're going to download the official version that it provides us. Microsoft. Okay. I'm going to go straight to select the ISO. I'm going to click here to download And we're going to wait for it to finish downloading completely. Let's wait a little moment. Ready? Let's select the language. In this case, we'll choose Spanish from Spain, so that it's a universal Spanish. We click on confirm. And we're going to download the ISO. It's simple. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's wait. Perfect. Done? Very good. Downloaded now. You can close my browser and that's it. As my father and grandfather would say, let's see, please show me that meat and the potatoes so I can check out this nice installation. That's right. We're going to install with this tool, and with what I'm going to show you here, you'll be able to install Windows 11 or Windows 10 in just 4 minutes. In fact, I'm going to set the timer so you can see it and realize 4 minutes, guys. It couldn't have been easier, and it's a super record for all the times we've installed Windows on a device, whether it's unsupported. That's right, because you'll be able to install this on unsupported devices, just like unsupported ones. Devices that don't meet the requirements set by Microsoft for Windows 11, like devices that really... And they ask, and before you ask me, Victor, will this be bootable from any tool? Yes, from Rufus, from Ventoy, an Ether, whatever you want, however you want to boot your ISO. Okay, we select the ISO. Let's click here where it says Windows 11 24H2. Okay, you're going to select it, and directly, if you notice, look at what's happening behind the screen. Because many are going to say, the envious ones, oh Victor, with this tool you're injecting some virus, something in a bad way, a rasaguar. Not true. Okay, let's go directly here to open it. And you don't have to do absolutely anything. So there is mounted it on my desktop. Okay, I'm going to press here so you can see what it's doing. And you're going to ask yourself what it's doing, and you can see it for yourself. First, well, it's mounting the image that it already created. That's how it's expanding it, right? And once it expands and mounts it, then we're going to see about changing some things inside it. So let's wait for it to complete its process up there, and let's wait. Alright, it finished there. If you notice, all it basically did was mount it so that other options are essentially going to appear here directly. Did you notice? Super cool, right? Can you move this a little more over here? Okay. I'm going to expand this a little more so you can see all the options. Okay. Very good. Now, here if you notice, we can select the version of Windows that you want to customize. Okay. In this case, it's already under Index 6 for a version of Windows 11 Pro. Because it automatically detected that I have a version of Windows 11 Pro installed on this computer. Okay. So that's why it selected it, but you, if you click on it, can customize whichever one you like. From a Home SL, any of the ones that come with the official edition from Microsoft. Okay, here it is. You select this here. Something I also like about the tool is that you can directly inject the drivers into the ISO. Okay, so there it is. We can do that too. We just click here to integrate the ones that the device already has. Or perhaps we can import them directly from the same system. Okay. Now, if you say, no, I just want to create an unattended ISO in a way for different computers, and then you would have to leave this blank. Okay. After doing all this, you can even put it directly, easily copying it from a USB with Ventoy. Obviously, you would have to enter it right now, so that by the time the ISO is finished, hey, from here you can already do it. Yes, from here you can already create that bootable USB that we would love to make. Okay, well, here, you're going to give it a name of your choice, whatever name you like in this case the user you want to log in by default, okay? To obviously decentralize that part and avoid having to deal with Microsoft asking for an account and everything that Microsoft puts us through during the post-installation, you leave it just like that. And if you want, you can set a password, but well, I'll leave that up to you. I also wanted to start with my user named We. In my case, we're just going to simply click on Start. The processes, we click here, and we're going to tell it where we want it to save the ISO. I'm going to tell it to save it directly here on the desktop, and we're going to name it Windows 11. No, actually, we're not going to name it Windows. Let's name it after the progress of the tool from our good friend Chris. Microsoft. We. Okay. 11. So, Micro OE 11 just like that. Okay. We click here, directly on Save. And it's going to start the process. Directly, on the screen behind, You can already see it. There, so you don't lose track at any moment. I'll explain a bit because obviously, so you don't get a cat for a hair or have people start telling you in the comments, the toxic and nasty people, right? Many of you are going to wonder, right? And what is this doing, Victor? And what it's doing in the background is simply taking the image, expanding it, and it's going to remove the excess applications from the Microsoft Store, that's right, from the store, without changing the system that Microsoft provides us, okay? Because unfortunately, many of the tools that Microsoft provides us, like for example, unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, right? Microsoft Defender, or what is Windows Defender? Microsoft Edge and all that stuff that Microsoft leaves as Microsoft, right? They are their flagship applications so that their products and services work well. And over time, many unfortunately, influencers or YouTubers make it a habit. And they remove this type of utilities or applications from Microsoft itself, which damages the system. And what we want the least is for you to have an unattended system. And with problems, we agree. But what is it will remove? It's going to remove all those bloatware applications and unnecessary services that these same applications cause. For example, like what? TikTok, Candy Crush. All those excess programs that pile up. And where do we find them? Well, in the applications menu. Okay? But don't worry. Don't pull your hair out. You don't have to do it. You're gonna say, Victor, it's just that I like TikTok. Well, let's do it this way. And I propose to you, only once we finish the installation, you open TikTok. Or rather, you open the Microsoft Store. And you look for your TikTok like always, your Candy Crush, or any app that's within this native bloatware. It's just opening the store. Download, and that's end of matter. So don't worry about it. Now, the goal of this is to perform an unattended installation, okay? So that you don't actually have that zero experience that Microsoft gives us, and the experience is much friendlier, a ready-to-use experience. You install Windows and get to work. That's the goal we want to achieve with this, okay? It also has a much more optimized tool. That's what you're seeing right now, right? That's right. There are already a lot of smoke sellers with tools that supposedly give you those so-called godly or emblematic tweaks, new installation videos that I found on YouTube, from influencers, from big YouTubers unfortunately, but all these videos generally just have an XML. I'm going to tell you a secret that will hurt many. It's a super long unattended XML, and what it does takes a lot of time to install. Is that why you think that when it installs, it takes a while with Windows loading on the blue window screen or your brand's logo? Ah yes, it's already optimizing the ISO. Oh. What is it doing? First, it installs all this junk that Microsoft gives us, plus other services that those same YouTubers add. And then when that installation is finished, all that junk they've installed, they run a script that pulls SXML. After the installation, and now they're doing the optimization, when they themselves not only integrate the software that Microsoft gives you, but also other shady stuff that puts the stability of your information at risk. And here what we're seeing, this is actually essentially cleaning the image like we do in businesses, in companies. Because the idea is to install Windows as quickly as possible. Because within a corporation, within a company, the one who does it the fastest and well is the one who gets to keep the job. And you know it well? Okay, so let's leave this image to work, to finish creating. And then we'll set a timer, and we'll see how fast we can install this Windows. Okay? Well, I've explained everything. And the thing we said was something very true. And influencer, YouTuber. That you create a habit and deceive your people. I invite you and challenge you to prove me wrong. Post it here in the comments. Alright, let's wait. Don't know, I'm not falling, but somehow when I get lost in the middle of time. Perfect, boss, we already have it. The boss is excited, guys, because I'm using one of the tools from her teacher, her mentor, her good friend, Chris Tudos. Thank you. You seem helpful right now. Come on, let's go over there. Alright guys, let's go straight here and hit accept. And it's done. It's done. Okay? Here it is. Now, we're just going to close what we have here. Our PowerShell. It closes along with the tool, and here it is. Our ISO. The micro OE. What's this ISO's mess? This ISO weighs approximately 4.38 GB, unlike the one that Microwi gives us. Okay, right here, my dear friends, if you notice, the only thing we can do now is to mount it directly in, as I told you, Rufus, Ventoy, Ether, or any bootable system for USB drives to be able to install Windows. Our good friend and sensei, right? Christutos, or taught us even how to install it within a virtualization environment. I'm going to go more extreme. I'm going to install it on my test machine, which is actually a gaming setup that I also use for labs and testing. It's a machine with an AMD Ryzen 5600G, 8 GB of RAM, and an M2. A good one, an M2, 1 TB, NVMe from the brand Kingston. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to plug it in directly, and the USB I have is already set up with Ventoy. But I'm going to copy the ISO there. Okay, so let's copy. Perfect. It's done copying here on my Ventoy. I'm going to close it and go straight to put it on my test computer. There we are going to select from our Ventoy. And guys, he directly made it that we did, which is called Microwi. We put this name here. Here it is, Microwi. Let's hit enter there. Normal. Done. Let's go ahead and do it directly in what is, well, the format for our time and currency, which is Mexican Spanish in my case. Okay, let's go ahead and click next. Let's click next. I'm going to click on accept here. Very well. Next. I don't have a product key here. Alright. And we're going to click on accept here. Okay. And from here, we're going to start the timer. Here we would see if our Windows really installs in those 4 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm just going to do this quickly directly from Chrome Gaming. Very good. I'm going to delete the partitions, and after this, we'll start the timer because we're doing this manually. So I think we have to be fair with all of this no matter what. There it is. Perfect. Now let's see if it installs in 4 minutes. Next. Stay in your eyes forever. Please don't go away. I beg you, don't leave. Please don't go. Thank you. That is constantly and rhythmically beating in my heart, in my soul. Let's go, everyone. Let's go. Let's go. Hello. will see. What we'll end up spending, it's absolutely a once in a lifetime, truly, oh my, indeed. When I'm falling, even if I'm pulling a little more than a folly, when did I get lost in the middle of that? Wow, guys, the truth is that every time I see this, instead of feeling... Now, I really don't know, a little bit relieved from the installation because it's about to finish. Guys, we haven't cut anything from my details so you can see the timer in real time. But it scares me, Microsoft frightens me since the time of the Day of the Dead in Mexico. It scares me because I remember that big bug Microsoft had with Build 1803, and indeed it was the biggest scare. I remember back then I used to tell you, don't worry, you'll have all your information at any moment. And after getting past this screen of version 1803, the Windows 10 build 1803, all the information was lost. Do you remember that? It was Microsoft's big joke. That's why this little thing, well, it's an exaggerated thing. Look, ready guys, fresh as a lettuce. Here we have it. I'm going to turn around because I have the mouse on this side. And as you can see, we already have our Windows without bloatware. Without anything shady that holds us back and nothing else, keeping the essence of the optimal in the system. But I know. Well, Victor, what you did was just an unattended version. As we all know, if we go to the task manager, well, we're going to see that amount. What is it that I don't want? Processes, amount of RAM bloat. Alright, let's optimize it. What? Thanks to this utility brought to us by our good friend Master Sensei Christus. Alright, let's right click here. Let's run this with administrator privileges. We say yes. And we're going to just reduce those excess processes from our ISO, but the important thing was to do this first. Got it. Having a Windows free of that junk they put on us as bloatware and other little things running in the background. But did you see how it was done? Okay, did you see it was done? There it is, guys, we have internet now. You can see it here now. I act now. 2 clicks, I'm going to say yes. Because this directly gives us the repository that's on GitHub from our friend Christus. From Sensei Master Christus. Ready? Voila from Gamisa. Now, we're going to do the following. We're going to go directly here, to the ThemeWorks menu. And here we're going to go with the recommended standard version. You can make it even more extreme, but I like to go with this one. Got it. The standard one, nothing more. I'm even gonna move this so we get the dark version across our entire ecosystem. And I think that will be more than enough now. Well, if we also want some things from here, like for example, I'm going to remove what's called the set. Yes, here, set. For the part about clicking the classic start button, we're going to remove what's called, well, that's that part of OneDrive that we don't use, and we're going to move it. What is here? The gallery where it explodes. I think that's it. I would just add that as an extra. Another thing, honestly, I wouldn't add it anymore. Not anymore. Let's click here on rule. And let's see if it really does what it says. Let's take a look here at the console. And we wait. Ready? It's done. Guys, here, it says that the space condition has been insufficient. It was resolved correctly, and obviously a bunch of little things were saved. We click here on accept. Let's see what else happens. If you see that, more than a minute goes by, and it doesn't take any other action. Don't worry, just leave it checked like that for a minute, no more. Let's see if it doesn't perform any more options. You can close it with complete confidence. It's done. Alright, it ends. We're going to give it a fresh restart. But let's adjust a few other things, like for example, I personally don't like having all this on the taskbar. The cleaner the better. The fewer things we have on everything related to the Windows desktop, the less overall load it will have. And that is really a reality. Gentlemen, it's completely a reality. I'm going to go here. As for the taskbar settings, I'm going to go ahead and hide this too. I'm going to click on close, and we're going to give the computer a fresh restart again, so that it adjusts. All the parameters we've already included with the Master Crystal tool. And voila, it will be true. It will be, let's see, we're going to right click here on Task Manager. And let's take a look here at the performance. This is what customizing Windows is all about. And this is really optimization. Not like all those snake oil salesmen who tell you they say it's a customized, lightweight operating system and more, but they don't show you the process of how they do it or how they clean it up or what Chihuahuas injects you behind the scenes or behind your terminal. Friends, we really hope you loved this video. Really. Credits and thanks to my good friend Chris Tudos. Sure, the truth is I send a big hug and a round of applause for teaching us a lot. And what keeps feeding us back? And well, friends, you already know. If you have any questions or want a challenge, please, I invite you to send us a message right here in the comments. Guys, I'm open to you, YouTuber, influencer, just like we do here on the channel, right? If you think that in this case, one of the methodologies used in this video is not real or is fictional, I invite you to debunk me. Got it. A huge hug. Bye-bye. And, please hit that little thank you button from the boss. An extra bonus? A bonus. There's a bonus. And I'm going to leave that in the Discord group and in the WhatsApp group. So you can find out about a little gift from the video we just made. Bye.